the hill, left to right, 49 feet for birdie. Bubba Watson, our leader here at the par 3 16th, 11 under par. The wrap up the slope, carrying the ridge, a lot of speed on it.
Hello there, and welcome to the golf club.
And finally comes to a stop. That might be 4 feet, though. So not in the house, and a tad downhill coming from there for Bubba, so he'll put a coin on it.
Fernacre having a go at this par 5 and 2. Another recoil. Barking at it to go, playing a big high fade. Oh, it doesn't listen. It lands about 10 yards shy of the green and stops right there in the Kikuyu fairway. So Kevin there.
Driver and that shot right there. After impact, from the time he stopped moving, he was about 6 feet away from where his golf ball was. He swung so hard he lost his footing both times, but he had to come up over the green there.
Back a hold of Bill.
All right, well, here we go with Patrick Cantlay, who's got a birdie try. Had a great iron just short of the green.
Unlucky.
Gonna remark here. Gonna put a coin behind the ball line here. Cantlay had it to 11 under after a birdie at the 11th hole, but then back-to-back bogeys at 12 and 13. He has steadied the ship now with a couple of pars. And this one a little bit longer. If this goes in, can cut it to a one-shot lead. He's 9 under. From left to right. He'll putt through his shadow here. Steadies the feet.
And you're on the green
nice
with
gallery around the 16th
a whole lot of work
green.
to do for the next shot.
One more glance at the cup. And now Cantlay pulls the trigger on this one out to the left. Good looking line, turning to the cup and stayed left. Stayed. So he's going to shake his head about that one. He'll tap in for par. That'll keep him at 9 under.
Has to apply pressure. Somebody does. Maybe it's Tony Finau. Big sweeping draw here, Paul. 17. Just get there. About 2 inches off the front edge of the green. It's a 20-foot eagle opportunity for Tony Finau. He'll be putting it from there. So both he and Kevin Na in a position to try and get a little bit closer to Bubba Watson. Who knows? Bubba still has a par saver at 6.
Okay, let's see what you can do with this 7-footer.
17. Non-Finau trying to apply the pressure ahead.
I'm just amazed at 565-yard all uphill par 5. Tony Finau just hit driver iron from the rough. That's wicked and an amazing golf shot. So yes, makeable from the front edge of that green, and with Bubba Watson having that little putt left on 16. All right, nice little 2-foot putt. This is interesting.
All important little slider. One of those were precursors to really good years in front of him. It was a 2-victory season in 2014. He won his second Masters that year as well.
Starting out with the bogey here.
At the end of the year, the FedEx Cup standings to make it to East.
All right.
In 2016, which was his last victory on the PGA Tour. 9 total PGA Tour wins. This was the first time since this tournament in 2016 that he was in the final group on a Sunday. And it seems only fitting he's come to a place that has sort of been his litmus test of form for a year. And Bubba Watson has found that form again this week and now has a huge saver over there at 16. Bill?
Yep, 3 feet 8 inches and dead center for Bubba. A great 2-putt from that distance. He's going to the 5. Our leader at 11 under.
That's a great putt. Those putts get more and more difficult as the day goes on and as the tournament goes on. So was not a gimme. Poured right in the middle. Looks confident.
It's unfortunate. The last par 5 of the week may decide the outcome of this golf.
Give it a good hack. We're there and put it in the right direction.
Previously on PGA Tour Radio.
Bounding down the fairway now like a scared rabbit.
If I could talk to the animals, just imagine this chatting with a chimp and chimpanzee.
Land in the peninsula where the flag is comes down like a butterfly with sore feet. Ball on the way, lots of speed. Comes away and dives into the hole like a homesick
Now that
ball.
was a swing.
Mark Immelman, part of the live play-by-play Tour Radio.
You brush away a lone gnat, and the dimples on your golf verified.
The green runs away like a deserted highway. You lift the blade, yank. At teeoff.com by PGA Tour, we can't stop a cart buzzing from ruining a putt, but we can keep you rolling on thousands of courses with deals you won't find it. Teeoff.com ditches the cart full of fees. Yep, that's no booking fees. Every course, every tee time.
2 holes to go for our leader, Bubba Watson. He's heading to the tee at the par 5 17th. Up at the chip shot from just short of the green and has hit it into kick-in range. Looks like not to -10. Call the sound of Bubba's tee ball.
With the pink driver and bombs away right down the middle of the fairway.
That left nothing in the tank. So regardless of what happens up ahead, Bubba's in position to hit a mid-iron into this uphill par 5. And could match the birdie or even the eagle of what is happening ahead of him. So a 2-shot lead as Tony Finau starts to circle around. This may almost feel like a must-make eagle for Finau up ahead of the green ball.
He's got to expect that Bubba Watson is probably going to make birdie or better here at 17. So at this point in the game, 2 shots back. No question, this is a must-make.
So Finau strides into it. About 3 inches worth of
Nice spot.
closely mown area to negotiate.
Sitting
Strokes it out to the left. Good line. Holding and flying. Good pace through the cup. Oh, he missed it by a dimple. He's looking down as if it may have hobbled just a bit, but that one was center cut the whole way and just lacked a tiny ounce of pace. And Tony Finau is going to have to settle for a birdie. Looks like he and 4 here. They're both going to be 10 under. 1 shot back heading to 18, but man, that looked good all the way.
That was right in the middle of the hole. 1 revolution short.
And now Patrick Cantlay, Paul.
He needs something good to happen here. A 9 under par driver in hand. Yeah, it was a powerful swing. 175-mile-an-hour ball speed right in the middle of the fairway. Not as long as beauty. Out there for Patrick Cantlay.
Yeah, he's got some yardage between he and Bubba. He's going to need to make something happen. Everybody needs to make something happen if they're going to chase down Bubba here late on a Sunday. PGA Tour radio coverage of the season-long points race for the FedEx Cup continues in round 4.
It's time to start the day. Are you both lacking in the get-up-and-go department?
Come on, you're very different people. Did you really cut it for a dynamic duo like you?
No way, never. Only a Sleep Number bed allows both of you to adjust your ideal firmness, comfort, and support.
Technology tracks the quality of your sleep and tells you how to adjust your bed and your routines to sleep better.
Did one of you start going to the gym again? Maybe that's the time to try a softer Sleep Number setting.
Research shows that people who use Sleep IQ technology sleep better and it won't break your budget.
In fact, JD Power ranked Sleep Number highest in customer satisfaction with mattresses for the 2nd year in a row.
For information, go to jdpower.com.
Sleep IQ technology is available in all Sleep Number beds starting under $1,100.
Only at one of Sleep Number's 550 stores nationwide. For your local store, visit sleepnumber.com.
Know better sleep with Sleep Number and tell them Carl and Dennis from Inside the Rope sent you.
Hiring is important. People are what make your business work. But how do you find the recruiter? 100 of the web's leading job boards. But ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. Their smart matching technology will instantly alert quality candidates about your job. That means you'll start getting great candidates with the right experience almost as soon as your job is posted. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. The right candidates are out there. This is how you find them. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Looks like you'll be in the short stuff here. Of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. We're so confident ZipRecruiter will get you better results than anywhere else. We'll let you try it free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/golf. That's ZipRecruiter.com.
Club.
ZipRecruiter.com/golf.
Okay, this is the fourth hole. Some of Hollywood's most famous neighborhoods, right up the road from where we are. Civic Palisades, in fact, that now famous Hollywood. 1923 to 1949 said Hollywood Land has become Bubba Land. Bubba Watson looking to win his third Genesis Open. He would become just the fifth player all time to win this tournament 3 or more times on the PGA Tour.
In the rough. Be careful.
Down on the tee ball at the par 5 17th. We'll have a flip mid-iron coming up the hill with a one-shot lead, 11 under par over Kevin Na and Tony Finau, who both just made birdie at 17. But dare I say, on a day where it was all about survival, Paul got him out of golf holes to try and run down the leader.
That's crazy. He's hit the longest drive of the whole week on this hole.
So Bubba in prime position. Tony Finau has hit a fairway at the signature 18th, and now Kevin Na to try and join him.
Left side of the tee box. Another hard swing starts at the left side. It's got to start cutting. Catch the fairway, it does. Catching the left side of the fairway, tumbles down to the right. It'll fairway when it's done rolling.
Okay, back on the fairway. Let's get that green.
You're
And
listening
from
to
here,
exclusive coverage of the
we're
Genesis
right around
Open
160
from
yards
Fernacre
out.
Country Club in Pacific Palisades, California. And as we do play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update presented by Titleist.
This week, 94 players at Riviera achieved the total golf ball performance of Titleist compared to 22 for the nearest competitor. The Pro V1 and Pro V1X is the best for your game. Not lead, 11 under par. Patrick Cantlay playing with him is 2 back, and we go quickly to Bill Rosinski.
And Cantlay with a chance to go for
Oh,
this
you're
green
getting there.
to
You're getting there.
249,
In the rough,
middle of the
close to the
fairway,
green.
front right hole location, leaning a little bit to his left. And so I don't know if he just came off that shot a little bit, but could not get it on the putting surface.
Kevin Na and Tony Finau. You heard from Patrick Cantlay there. He's tied with Scott Stallings, who's in the house at -9. Adam Hadwin and Phil Mickelson. Good efforts today, not enough. They're 8 under par and 3 shots back. Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas both in today in a big group at 7 under. Back of our leader, Bubba Watson. Bill?
Yeah, just 216 playing downwind, his second shot here at the par 5 17th. Bubba swinging from that left side, holds the follow through. That's going to roll to the middle of the and will finally come to a rest a good maybe 55, 60 feet away, but he's there in 2. We'll see what he can do with this eagle try. Bubba Watson 11 under, leading Kevin Na by.
All right, nice little 2-foot putt.
What a good golf shot there by Bubba Watson. He's bummed that it went so far, but right in the middle of the green.
PGA Tour champions, congratulations to Joe Durant, who won the Chubb Classic earlier today in Naples, Florida, for his 3rd PGA Tour champion. And Redfield by 4 with Billy Mayfair, David Toms, Tim Petrovic, Lee Jansen, and Steve Stricker.
Let's let her rip
for 2nd. Kevin?
Well, congratulations go out to Jin Young Ko, who won the LPGA's ISPS Handa Women's Australian Open at Kooyonga. She Choi and Hannah Green, Australia's own Hannah Green, finished solo 3rd at 10 under.
Bubba Watson could be on the victory walk right now, unless Kevin Na and Tony Finau can birdie the last. He can't make worse than par at 17. In fact, the birdie more likely in a 2-putt zone for Bubba Watson. So, crazier things have happened, Paul Stankowski, trying to hold off in this golf tournament, but a hole-out bunker shot from Bubba Watson today at 14, proving to be the difference. A one-shot lead over Kevin Na and Tony Finau.
Yards, I'd say.
To get his back pocket that he's playing right now.
That was the shot. He made some really nice clutch putts, but facing down. It's hard to beat that.
So Finau and now walking up the hill to their drives at the last. Can either one of them make a birdie to apply a little more pressure? They'll play into the 18th in 60 seconds.
Arrivals, departures, delays, heavy briefcase, a laptop, 10 rules for success. Security, blue shirt, black tie. Her phone pulses, news feeds, call the office, devices off. Is the information age getting old? Morgan Stanley turns information Fortune 500 and can advise you person to person on what matters for your journey. MorganStanleyFA.com. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC.
4,000 miles or so west of find a replica of the World Golf Hall of Fame and Museum. The Hall of Fame is filled with stories of the game's greatest moments, championships, legends. Learn more about the Hall's 150 members through a variety of exhibits and artifacts. Plan your visit today to the World Golf Hall of Fame, where golf history lives.
Bubba Watson, 11 under par, one-shot lead here in the closing holes of the Genesis Open, trying to join Ben Hogan and Arnold Palmer, owners of this tournament, and would have just one more win to match McDonald Smith and Lloyd Mangrove. Back the clock, the two four-time winners of the long-time tournament staple here in the Greater Los Angeles.
Center of the fairway. A lengthy shot here, 193 to this back left hole location. Trees, the top of the trees. Could assist, but the flag is not moving here at the green. Nice shot on the way and leaned hard. Left looked a little bit awkward. Came out of that a bit, and that so it's rolling to the right, and it'll stay on the right side of the green. He's a long ways away from home, outside of 40 feet for the closing birdie.
Donovan now doesn't like to work it hard right to left at all, and when he falls backwards on those shots, typically they're going to flare out to the right. He's got a long one.
Probably needs to make it with Bubba Watson at par 5. And Tony,
I'm so angry that was going to be
on the fairway. He's going to have a short one in. Maybe it's Finau who can make the birdie finish to apply a little bit of heat. But before that, we go back to 17 and Bill
next
Resist.
hole coming up.
All right, Will Patrick Cantlay now setting up for his third
so that'll
shot.
keep you
He's
at
in the
3
rough,
over for the round.
just short left of this 5. 34 feet away from the front right
here we
location,
go.
and maybe 18 feet of green to work with here once he gets it on the short grass. Bubba's on in 2. Kelly 2 back really needs to make birdie here for sure. Very narrow stance. Right leg a little bit higher than the left here. Punch. Great play. Just got on the green and then circles from left. Like that. I don't know if the club face got caught up in that rough or not, but he's got about 8-9 feet for his birdie. Back up to Kevin.
Thank you, Bill. Tony Finau, 162 yards away. Big drive here at 18th. Of course, you expect that from Tony Finau. At 10 under. Looking at that closing birdie. Breeze picking up a bit. Flag now moving. It was not moving when Kevin Nod hit in the green, but it is moving now. 162.
Looks like you're going to hit some sand.
Quarter swing for Finau. He is leaning to the right. It's left, and that hits just on the hill and slides down onto the fringe. It's a not a bad shot at all. Be outside of 20 feet for a closing birdie.
He was really a big kick, which you never get up there. But, you know, every now and then I guess you get lucky. But a big kick, that ball could have been scooting by the hole. But, 20 feet or so from this fringe will be a must make.
He's going to need a make from there. Just didn't have quite enough. And if Bubba Watson could slam the door on this thing, Bill.
Well, he could, but this is a long one. This is 64 feet for eagle.
Yeah, this is
Here at
ugly.
17, he's in the middle of the green, about 30 feet.
Distance on
Flat putt, then it's going to hit a slope. Right at the edge of that slope right now, and down it goes. Now cycling off to the left. He wants this to come back to the right. He's going to end up hole high left.
3 and a half feet away. That was absolutely brilliant.
Well, you understand.
He's had some
That's all,
shaky putts from a long.
Asked for.
Great touch there for Bubba Watson, and he generally has great hands, great feel, great creativity, and that was not an easy putt. Should be able to clean it.
And he does. It'll be a 2-shot lead with non-Finau. Really not in a position where you could say that they have makeable birdie looks. Anything is makeable, but Finau's got to come through several inches, if not feet, worth of fringe to get on the surface a putt that will be running away from. Like Kevin Na's got acreage between him and the hole on the right side of that green, so if one of them can play under pressure, but Bubba Watson's about to be 12 under par.
Well, Patrick Cantlay now has 10 feet for 17. He knows he's got to make this to have any chance. This would get him to 10 under par. Fairly flat putt. And
Well done.
Edge
We're in the
here.
hole.
I know he's disappointed. He did not hit a good
5 over for the round.
on the green for 2. Just to join the group at -10.
Coming off the
Ball was
dreaded
moving.
double bogey
Yeah,
on
he
that
started
last
walking
ball.
after as he hit it and missed it on the right edge. It almost went in. I think he thought he had missed it. And gave it a little scare there on the right lip. That's par for Cantlay. -9 going 18.
Disappointing par there for the first time I've seen him move after impact all day, and he just knows the importance of that putt. It was a must-make situation for him.
And they play a little bit. Got it all the way to 11 under par after the 11th hole, but got bit by poor T-balls at 12 and at 13. And has never been able to recover from those back-to-back bogeys. And now will be just a couple of minutes away back in that tie for fourth with Scott Stalling. So, look, straight up the hill putt coming up 2.5, 3 feet for Bubba Watson, Paul, and he's going to take almost all the stress off of playing the 18th.
Well, you ended up in the rough.
He's going to pour this in, walk up to the 18th hole, most likely with a 2-shot lead. That's pretty simple stuff. Fairway green, and
That's a pretty simple putt here, Bill.
Yeah, maybe for Bubba. If it was me, I'd be shit. And 3-footers, you never know. Actually, Shuckling is 2 feet 8 inches. But I again can't tell you how impressive that putt was from some 65 feet away. Bubba 166 in the FedEx Cup point stand. On up. Here's the birdie try.
Nice swing.
That goes in. Bubba Watson with a little cushion. 12 under par as he goes to the finishing hole, the 18th here at Riviera.
Okay,
And
looks
we'll
like
be there
there's
with
around
them in 60
155 yards to go.
Only one tournament. Golf. Only one has the most iconic hole in the game. Only one has the greatest stadium on tour, because only one tournament can be the Players' Championship. Now it's your turn to see the top players in the world try to take golf. Go to theplayerschempaionship.com to get your tickets to the 2018 Players' Championship. The world's greatest golfers will be there. Will you?
They say golf takes patience, but that's only part of it. No, it takes 1,000 practice swings for every one out here. It takes being on the road longer than we're on the course.
All right, you're on
And
with
learning to make sacrifices are the one
cover
constant.
to your next putt.
To get this close, it takes more than patience. It takes... Every week, we're only getting stronger. The path to the PGA Tour.
At the 18th, Kevin Na, 49 feet below the hole right. Up the slope, has to make it to have a chance of up. Stroke, putt going up halfway to the hole. Needs to climb some more. That needs to stretch, and it will not. Oh, left it well short. 5 feet short.
Was absolutely
For Kevin Na.
fine putting.
Needed more on that for
4
sure.
over for the round.
but yeah, it's up the hill.
Guys, send
You
this
got to hit
ball
it,
away.
and sometimes you forget you got to hit it.
So Kevin Na will be no better than 10 under par. Tony Finau will still have a birdie look to get to 11 under, but with Bubba Watson's 2-putt himself, at least one stroke to play. Strong here at the last today at 18. Bubba Watson is on the verge of making it that even year sort of march here continue. 14, 16, 18. Kevin?
Unlike Kevin Na, Finau doesn't have to hit this much, even though it's on the fringe. This will be quick down the slope, 22 feet. He's aimed left of the cup. Just taps the golf ball down the slope. Oh, it took a hard right immediately. Never had the line. Never had the line at the start of that. That's how tough that putt is. Ooh, that's good from finishing at 10 under.
Anytime you putt out of the Polana or the Kikuyu grass fringe, that can happen.
Just keep it on the planet, Bubba. Low cut, working up the left-hand side here at 18. Up. Chasing up the left-hand side. Now we'll use the slope down to the middle of the fairway. And Bubba Watson is in a perfect position here at 18 with a 2-shot lead. He is on his way to his 3rd Genesis Open title.
He's just so creative. And you can hit that low. This thing never really got more than 25 feet in the air, and it was peeling like crazy. And the last hole, he launched it up to the moon and hit it 350 yards. And he really could do anything with that driver. He's driven the ball pretty darn.
What to be decided is what the final margin will be, and who will be in what position. How many FedEx Cup points will be doled out when it's all said and done.
Sand, so
here at the last. Kevin,
let's just get out of there.
And the other Kevin, of course, I might be the other Kevin. And he left that up the slope. His 5 feet. Finish off a great tournament at 10 under par. But on the way, center cup and down for Kevin Na. Great showing for Kevin. 10 under par at the Genesis Open.
For Kevin Na, he was going to come up just short, most likely. But his best finish of the year was last week at the AT&T, a tie for 20th. So really nice for him to breathe a sigh of relief with potentially a second place.
And now projects to 36th in FedEx Cup points with his best week of this PGA Tour season, and will now be 9 top 3 finishes without a victory since 2013 for Kevin Na, tied for the most on the PGA Tour.
Kevin, I ever finished from 3 feet. That most. I believe he's going to win several times more. Tony Finau on the way, and down it goes. Great showing for Tony Finau also. He finishes 2 under on the day and 10 under par.
And he projects to 6th in FedEx Cup standings, even without a consistent it has been for Tony Finau. You're listening to final round coverage of the Genesis Open from Riviera Country Club in Pacific Palisades, California.
Sitting at 5 over for the round. Okay, it's time to set this ball on its way.
The best fit in golf since 1916 and a proud partner of PGA Tour Radio. Allows you to design your own hats and visors online. You can choose your style and color from hundreds of hats and even add your name on the back. Design your own hats at imperialsports.com and follow Imperial on Instagram or Twitter at Imperial Hats.
The PGA Tour wants to thank its fans, volunteers, players, and all those who helped contribute to a record-breaking $180 million raised for charity in 2017. Together, we have supported more than 3,000 of millions in communities where we live and play. Because together, anything's possible. To learn how you can help, visit pgatour.com/together.
Hey, everybody.
And as the tour moves along the West Coast and then across the U.S. for the spring swing, Talk of the Tour has got you. Interviews with tour players, writers, broadcasters, and industry insiders. Just log on to pgatour.com/podcasts to listen to or access it via iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, and even Amazon Alexa.
Play where the pros play and book your next golf vacation with the PGA Tour's TPC network. Take advantage of incredible spring vacation offers, including TPC Sawgrass, TPC Louisiana, and TPC Scottsdale. Live the PGA Tour experience and walk the same fairways as the game's greatest players. Stay and play vacation packages TPC.com/XM to learn more. Welcome to golf at the highest level. Welcome to TPC.
Solid stroke on that one. Something about California that loves Bubba Watson. Maybe it's just Riviera country.
Well, you have a decent round going after
12
nine.
under
Not
par.
amazing,
Fairway at the
not
last.
bad.
2-shot lead for Bubba Watson. He's going to win the Genesis Open and
fairway.
appears for the third time in his career. Our PGA Tour radio team, Paul Stankowski, our analyst this week. Paul, if I told you an hour and a half ago that someone would be walking up 18 with a would you have believed me?
Yeah, I always believe you. You don't lie.
It has been a week where no one has been able to separate here at Riviera, but Bubba Watson, it's going to be his lowest in the 3 times that he's won here at Riviera. A man who is always so emotional. I can imagine what the emotion is going to be like for Bubba Watson coming up on the green here at 18. He talked about his battles with health the last couple of years, dropping all the way down to his game sort of fell off the face of the earth. Just had to find both his health and his happiness again, and came in this week ranked well outside the top 125 in FedEx Cup points, 166th, but is about to get in the winner's circle for the 10th time. And could this be a little bit of a rejuvenation and a resurgence at 39 years old for Bubba Watson as he wins for the 10th time in the PGA Tour coming down the stretch here?
Week, and he's had a great time all week. He was on the Ellen Show. He was Big Bang Theory guys. He played in the Celebrity All-Star Game. That's a big week. Most guys don't do all that kind of stuff, and yet he did that. And it looks like he's going to win himself a golf tournament too.
Freed his mind from the game of golf, which allowed him to be inside the ropes. So Bubba Watson standing in the 18th fairway right now, smile on his face, chatting it up with his caddy, Ted Scott. That feeling of being able to just sit there in the fairway knowing that you can just hack it somewhere up near the green, get down, and that'll be a pretty relieving feeling for Bubba Watson, the way that he has had to fight this golf course in this field all day and all weekend.
yards.
It's got to be a great
here.
I like it. To the left, that's it. So he's been in control all around the greens, the hole out bunker shot. He's just done it all right.
Vintage Bubba this week, Bill Rosinski.
Yeah, he's waiting now for Cameron Smith, who had a nice tee shot here. By the way, Cameron made birdie at the last to get to 8 under. Paul, I thought that stretch there at 12, 13, and 14 was the key.
Doesn't look like
for
it's all
Bubba.
fairway.
He had 2 7-footers to make par, and he gave us fist pumps on both those, and then the hole-out bunker. This could have been a completely different golf tournament. I know the bunker play was great to get the birdie, but those 2 parts, those were huge as well.
No, they were huge, and to play that stretch 12, regardless of how we did it, that's awesome. Those holes have eaten guys' lunch.
And Bubba now, his turn. And a huge gallery around the 18th green. What a great setting. This iconic hole, finishing hole with the clubhouse on top of the hill. And anybody who came out on the golf course around this green right now. Bubba Watson, middle of the fairway, 171 to this back right hole location. Bubba swings away, caps down the divot, and that lands on the far right side of the green. That's just fine. Putter chip from there. That's hole high right. Bubba Watson will walk up 18, and the give their nod to a man who's going to win for the 10th time on the PGA Tour and the 3rd time.
Okay, so that'll
nicely
keep you
done.
at 5 over for the round.
And that's where he was aiming, and that's where he hit it. He started walking, knowing it was perfect.
Well, the left-handed golfer is going to win this golf tournament. It's just not the lefty that many thought it could have been today. Phil Mickelson put it on the stretch. It just wasn't enough. And after his round, he spoke to Kevin Sylvester.
Phil, so close. I mean, so close today. So many edges that almost went in for you, but you got to feel good putting yourself in position in that back 9.
Yeah, I played. I played hard, and I had some chances that on 8 and 9 that I thought I had made putts that could have been a big and I thought it was really a big one because I was from off the green. It was going to probably roll quite a bit by, and it ends up going in. A good run on the back nine. Unfortunately, I made a couple of bogeys on 15 and 16, trying to get a little too cute and make birdies, and that happens out here. But it was a good week, and I'm close to breaking through, and hopefully it'll happen soon.
You're selling yourself short on 10. That was an amazing shot you hit from the rough there to keep it. I mean, it could have gone to the bunker easily. It was not easy, was it, for that putt?
So far?
No, it was, like I said, it was a good one, and that's a tough part. That's a tough hole, that 10th hole. It's
absolutely had to crush it.
Looking at around.
It's all about the setup, and it can easily go over the line.
Here, I'd say.
I was happy with 4 pars, but I ended up making a birdie today. Played it 1 under, and I think that's a minor victory because I think that hole played over par for the week, if I'm not mistaken. It was very. And I hit a couple good shots today to make a 3 there, but it's close, and I feel like my game is trending up and getting better each week, which is really a good sign. And hopefully, if I can break through and get a win here between now and Augusta, I think heading into Augusta and the rest of the majors.
Best of luck with that. Thanks for your time,
I like
as always.
that one, the whole way in.
Well there by Lefty. You know, it's amazing. 7 of the last 16 years of this Genesis Open have been won by lefties. 2 by Phil. 2 by Mike Weir. Oh, yeah, way back in 2003 and 4.
And the next hole coming up.
Bubba hasn't gone back to back, but I beat him
Sitting
in
at
the
4
2020 championship with 14, 16, 2018.
Okay, let's send this
Someone else will get a chance to
on
play
its
with me
way.
next year in 2019, but the fine folks at Genesis may want to just go ahead and start engraving the trophy for 2020, because even when he hasn't been playing well, Bubba Watson finding a way to win here at the green. And Phil Mickelson off of that finish today will not be 3 straight top 5 performances unless Patrick Cantlay fails to make his par at the last. Mickelson right now tied for 6th, projected into the 16th. Lucky to you.
And using putter from 4 or 5 feet of the short grass just outside the green complex here at 18, and a long putt.
And
up to this
about
back off hole location.
135 yards out from here.
Cantley over the ball. Steadies the feet.
And up the slope. Flag is still in. Cantley watching this approach the hole, looking pretty good. And slides by about 3 feet away. We talked about when Bubba righted the ship and made those great par saves at 12 and 13. That's where Patrick Cantlay kind of lost the golf tournament here. Bogeys on those 2 holes. And he'll have a little bit left.
Great contact.
For his par
Nice
here,
swing.
finishing hole. And
Cantlay and FedEx Cup points again. He doesn't play a really robust
Put it here.
schedule of
I think
tournaments.
this can go.
Struggled with back issues and everything there. And so another fine effort from Patrick Cantlay, keeping him right in the mix near the top with a win already under his belt at the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open in Las Vegas. But Bubba Watson on the verge of winning this tournament for the 3rd time. And moving forward, when he can see shots and feel shots and is in that sort of rhythm, Bubba Watson just is a different sort of player. He's activated in terms of his brilliance.
He's a feel guy. You know, there's no mechanical genius to it.
5
He
footer
just
here,
kind
not
of
too bad.
steps up. Hey, wait, am I going to curve this hard right to left or hard left to
Next
right?
one for birdie.
He just kind of sees it and feels it. It's really impressive. It's so much fun to watch the shape of everything he hits. Even his chip shots, his around the greens is pretty impressive.
And Bubba Watson using wedge off the green, little chip shot up the slope, and that didn't go far enough.
3 over for the
Maybe
round.
5 feet. That'll be left for his par. I might have clipped that a little too much. It was in the rough just off the collar
Okay,
of the
next
green.
stop
So he'll
fairway,
put a point on this
right?
and let his, I believe his playing mates will finish up here. Cameron Smith had a nice shot from behind the green, should make par.
Yeah, it was a pretty simple chip there. Easy to all You have to do this word, kiss of death word. All he has to do is get up and down to 3 from there. So now he's got, 6 feet, and he's got a 2-putt to get out of here with a W.
If you didn't have access to a TV or the simulcast this afternoon, you can still catch a re-air of today's final round. 7:30 p.m. and 2:30 a.m. Eastern. Then again tomorrow from 1 to 6 p.m. in the East on Golf. A little indecision as to who's going to go next, sort of the right of way.
All right, looking good so far.
While Bubba is away, a lot of it has to do with the way of the guy who's going to have the winning putt. So Patrick Cantlay inside of Bubba Watson's going to go ahead.
This one's looking like around 220 to the pin.
Putt for a par. And I thought Bill Rosinski made a really good point, Paul, in that while we were sort of focusing on everybody falling under the radar, and the next thing you know, he's right there at the top of the leaderboard because everybody's making bogeys around him, and then splash. Down goes the bunker shot at 14, and you recognize, they're going back up.
He should have, to this point, bogey 3 and 3 birdies. It's been impressive to watch.
Heading towards the
today.
water.
Seems to be playing with a lot more confidence than he had been, and he's got his pulled in, and I think he's excited about the future.
Nobody will shoot 4 rounds in the 60s this week because Patrick Cantlay is in for par at the last and shoots an even par 71 today. Cameron Smith cleans up. He also shoots an even par. And if there's one golfer still on the golf course, he's going to be our champion, Bill Rosinski.
And now Bubba Watson, his playing partners have cleaned things up. This is 7.5 feet for Bubba for par. Shot win. And a little break from right to left. Over the ball.
Heading for the green.
Sends it on its way to the cup, dead center. Bubba is back.
4 feet. Let's do
Bubba
this.
Watson has won the 2018 win on the PGA Tour. His 3rd here at Riviera. 500 big FedEx Cup points. Moves him up to 18th in the standings. A hug with Ted Scott as caddy. Another emotional win. All over again.
Well, that's pretty special golf right there. And he wears his emotions on his sleeves. Always has.
Okay.
Always
4
will.
over. The round.
Number 10.
You can see the tears flowing on Bubba Watson's face. What his feet
now we
come
find
back from.
ourselves on
Really the depths, the deepest he's ever gone as a PGA Tour member the last couple of years, trying to find his game, battling an illness that he doesn't know what it was, but lost a lot of weight, really took him into sort of a dark place, both physically and mentally, and he's come all the way back. And it's fitting it comes at a place where he becomes PGA Tour history to win 3 events here at Riviera, joining Ben Hogan and Lloyd Mangrum. Hogan winning this event twice. Now knock off this place 3 times. Bubba Watson has done that. And as Bill mentioned, projected to the top 20 in FedEx Cup points, but more importantly,
Can't hit all the fairways.
he got to the valley, and he's climbed out of the valley and is now on top of the PGA Tour world again.
On the PGA Tour, and today wasn't his best. It wasn't his best ball striking. Only hit 9 greens today out of 18. But he made the putts that counted, and that hole-out bunker shot over at number 14 was huge.
So with the win, he moves all the way into the top 20 in FedEx Cup points. Pat Kazire will maintain his lead. Kazire did not play this week. Dustin Johnson holds on to number 2 in the FedEx.
Last 21 feet is the cup.
John Rahm is still 3rd, and you're rounding out the top 10. Ches Reavie, Pat Perez, Justin Thomas, and Patrick Cantlay back in the top 10 in FedEx Cup standings after another good week. It wasn't to be for Cantlay, but still. And Bubba Watson, Paul Stankowski, and a survival test all weekend. Came from behind yesterday to take the lead in this golf tournament. It's a big shot in the back 9, but does not make a bogey coming in. A bogey-free back 9. Can't say that for almost anybody else in the field.
I was hoping for, and when he made the turn, he wasn't in the lead, and he needed to knuckle down. And the birdie on 11 was big, and The hole out on 14 was huge. The tee shot and the
And
iron.
that'll keep you at 4 over for this round.
Facing 10th time in his PGA Tour career, Bubba
All
Watson
right,
is the winner of the
let's
championship
let it rip.
of the 2018 Genesis Open. Our broadcast team is proud to don quality products from the following valued partners of PGA Tour Radio. Apparel provided by Cutter and Buck and PGA Tour Apparel. Headphones provided by Gustbuster and outerwear from FootJoy. The coordinating producer of our play-by-play coverage is Alan Trexler. The producer is Kelly Clements, and the associate producer is Noah Niederhofer. Our engineer for field operations is Kyle Schoenwell, and the executive producer of multimedia programming and satellite tour is Dave Lowe. Hogan's Alley might get renamed Bubba's Alley before it's all said and done. Bubba Watson, for the third time in the last 5 years, wins the Genesis Open, a two-shot Tony Finau. For our entire PGA Tour radio.
That was a swing.
Not to mention Paul Stankowski, I'm Will Haskett. Congratulations, Bubba Watson, 2018 champion of the Genesis Open.
This broadcast and all associated rights, including copyright, are owned exclusively by the PGA Tour. It may not be used in whole or in part without the prior written permission of the PGA Tour.
You love the PGA Tour. So why not get more coverage of the biggest names in golf? PGA Tour Live is back. Select today for one-tap access to exclusive early round coverage of live PGA Tour golf on your favorite digital device, getting you closer to the
Hope this one has some teeth.
love. Download today at PGATourLive.com. PGA
Okay, 11-footer here. This is definitely
Amazing
makeable.
golf.
If you missed the latest tournament broadcast on PGA Tour Radio, you're not.
Left to right breaker, dead, solid, perfect.
PGA Tour Replay, the post-round show with exclusive highlights and interviews from the coverage, is available as a podcast. PGATour.com/podcasts.
Cheese and crackers, this thing is getting interesting all of a sudden.
You can listen or download the podcasts there or access them via iTunes, TuneIn, and Stitcher. Just visit PGATour.com/podcasts.
When my cardiologist cholesterol, he also told me that it can lower my natural levels of take Cunol. It has the #1 cardiologist. A very important nutrient for a healthy heart and healthy blood pressure levels. Cunol, with 3 times better absorption, has the #1 cardiologist recommended form of CoQ10. Take Cunol, the better CoQ10.
All right,
These statements
dig
have
up
not
the
been evaluated by
scorecard
the
here.
FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Okay, so
Hiring
that'll you at
is
4
important.
over for the
People are
round.
what make your business work. But how do you find the right talent?
Here we go. Let's pop this in the fairway.
One click sends your job ad to over 100 of the web's leading job boards. But ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. Their smart matching technology will instantly alert quality candidates about your job. That means you'll start getting great candidates with the right experience almost as soon as your job is posted. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate. Someday, the right candidates are out there. This is how you find them. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
People from businesses of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. We're so confident ZipRecruiter will get you better results than anywhere else. We'll let you try it free. That's right, free. Just go to
Okay, you're kinda in
ZipRecruiter.com/golf.
This is the danger
That's
zone.
ZipRecruiter.com/golf. ZipRecruiter.com/golf.
Eagles fans, your team just won Super Bowl 52. And now direct from NFLshop.com, you can own the Eagles. Which includes the t-shirt, hat, towel, and DVD Blu-ray combo.
He is going to go!
It's the official Super Bowl product worn by the players and coaches during the post-game celebration and the official DVD Blu-ray of
Every bit of it.
Don't miss out on this great opportunity to own a piece of Eagles history and visit NFLshop.com right now.
It's time now for the SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio postgame show on Sirius 208 and XM 92. The tournament is over. Here to recap this week's tournament, it's Fred Albert on SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio.
I can't put it any better than Bill Rosinski did during the course of the broadcast.
Back on the fairway is where I like that. All right, 145 yards out.
Welcome to PGA Tour postgame. You're listening to PGA Tour Radio on Sirius 208 and I'm Fred Albers. Bubba Watson a final round score of 69. 2 under par on our par 71. Good enough for a comfortable 12 under par total, and that is a 2-shot win for Bubba Watson. Into this week, ranked 166th in FedEx Cup points. He moves up into 18th place with this victory. And
Solid
even more
swing.
than just the victory, he firmly puts himself into contention for this coming fall. In fact, a big day for several players with Ryder Cup
Okay, we're like
aspirations.
17 feet
Phil
out here.
Mickelson has not won. You know that's going to be a controversial captain's pick for Jim Furyk if it comes down to that. But Phil Mickelson challenged to win, fell just a little bit short, but still shot 3 under par, 68 in the his top. And it's great top 10 finishes on the West Coast Tour. He has rankings to 16th place. Phil Mickelson absolutely making a case for himself to be placed on the Ryder Cup team. And Tony Finau has to be in that conversation as well. Tony has had an excellent West Coast, a tie for second at Tony Finau, who's up 10 slots. He is now sixth in FedEx Cup standings, and that is without a victory. So big days on the leaderboard for Bubba Watson and in the Ryder Cup standings if you want to project out into the fall. Let's go ahead and
that'll
give
keep you
our
at
final
4
top
over
10
for round.
Watson, a 3-time winner now. On in first place at 12 under par, Kevin Na, nice rally. Good job by Kevin Na. He finishes at 10 under. He is tied with Finau. By the way, Kevin Na jumped 80 slots in the FedEx Cup rankings. He is now 36. Coming in fourth place, Scott Stallings. A big day for him, too. One of the more remarkable shots, I think, of the afternoon, playing the uphill hole. He selects 7 wood and carries it 290 yards. First off, how many PGA Tour players carry a 7 wood, and who can carry it 290 yards? Scott Stallings on the last hole, opened with a 71, then has identical round 68-68. He moves up 30 slots in the FedEx Cup rankings. Scott Stallings, 49th in FedEx.
I'll tell you what, everybody ends up here sometimes. Take this.
I wonder if this is a disappointing day for him. Held the 36-hole league that he shared with Graham McDowell. Was just 1 shot off the lead behind Bubba Watson entering this final round. Made that 54-footer on the 18th green, his 54th hole of competition, to get just 1 off the lead. But he was done in like so many golfers were at the difficult par 4s, 12 and 13. Never fully recovered. But Patrick Cantley hangs on for that tie for
you're out of
fourth.
the bunker.
Drops
So
2 slots in the standings. Only moves up 1 in the FedEx Cup standings. And now in 10th place in the FedEx Cup standings after his tie for 4th. Go down to time for 6. You look at Adam Hadwin. Now, this is one of the good stories of the week. Adam Hadwin thought he had missed the cut, had his bags packed, ready to go home on Saturday morning. Remember, we did not finish the second round until Saturday morning because of darkness. Play was suspended late on Friday afternoon. Adam Hadwin was absolutely certain at 2 over par he was going to miss the cut. But he managed to be right on the cut.
Oh, man, that was great. That was a great
certainly
putt.
made the most of that opportunity. Adam Hadwin, 66-66. He moved up 24 places today.
Well,
in
I'm happy to
FedEx
move
Cup
on.
ranks. He's now 5th in the FedEx Cup. And just
5 over for the round.
Hadwin gives him a lot of momentum as he heads down toward the Florida swing, where he will defend his PGA Championship at the Valspar
Okay,
Championship.
the 18th hole
Adam
here.
Hadwin
Let's
finishes at
clear our
8
heads.
under par.
Got the
Adam
clubhouse
Hadwin
coming up after
ties
this.
for 6th place.
Just
He
let it
ties
fall.
along with Phil Mickelson, Cameron Smith, and then Jordan Spieth backdoors the top 10. His first in quite a while. He's tied for 9th place along with Xander Schauffele, Martin Laird, Ryan Moore, and Justin Thomas. That is your top 10. It was a full day of exciting golf. For the play-by-play highlights, we return to our play-by-play team of Mark Carnevale, Bill Rosinski, Kevin Sylvester, Paul Stankowski, and Will Haskett.
Entertaining Sunday afternoon at the Riv. Final round highlights of the Genesis Open. Johnson to make a big move, and it was not meant to be.
16 feet for par to avoid back-to-back bogeys. DJ ball a little bit below his feet, strikes the putt, holds the finish, ball working left to right, bends his knees, and the ball slides
pro
by.
tip for you. The ball's sitting above your feet here. It's going to tend to make you pull your shot a little to the left.
4 and 5. Dustin Johnson drops back to 5 under.
Well, he had a tough day, made a couple double bogeys on his card, could only manage a 73 and finishes tied for 16th at 4 under par.
Jordan Spieth just never got the putter going this week, but finally found a little something to build on a Sunday.
This putt, kind of an optical illusion. This should move actually to the left, even though the slope goes left to right. Here's the stroke from Jordan. Has it on that right line, has it to the center cup, and has it down. Jordan's of the day, 2 under on his final round and 5 under par.
Well, Jordan would shoot a little better every day, shoot 67 today, backdoor top 10, tied for 9th, along with good buddy Justin Thomas.
No one wanted to win the golf tournament midway through the round, but then some heroics came from a crowd favorite in Phil Mickelson.
Has the flag out, wedge in hand. We know what that means. He's looking to make this from off the green and 35-foot range. Has a shaft and forward, pitches this in lower the surface, has some grab, some spin, holding the line, and down it goes. How about that? You knew it. He thought he could make it, and he did. Birdie for Mickelson, 9 under.
And Kevin Sylvester, at that moment, I think everybody thought, wow, Phil's going to make a run at this. And if anything, he may have gotten too aggressive coming down the stretch.
Well, he knew he needed to make some birdies down. A wedge at 15 from above the hole, just missed, and it ran off 21 feet past, made bogey. That kind of doomed him, but as he said after the round, he is so close to winning.
Bubba Watson began the day with a 1-shot lead and found himself in a familiar spot, kind of plodding along as he got to the back 9, and off a birdie at 11, made 2 huge pars while carnage was going on around him at 12 and 13, and then the shot of the championship for Bubba came at 14.
35 feet to negotiate. He's in the greenside bunker left here at the par 3 14th. Not a lot of green to work with. The ball comes out after we see the splash. His hand to the hole and in! Bubba Watson,
And
a fist bump
the
again,
round,
rolls out
five
for
over
birdie.
par.
Out of the greenside
Thanks for the
bunker
round.
left
I
here,
enjoyed
15.
talking at you.
His caddy, Ted Scott, with a high. Bubba Watson to 11 under.